YouTube, welcome back to my channel. It's a foodie video. So a few years ago, maybe 2021 there, but I did a video on restaurants in Curacao that I would definitely return to. And I have visited Curacao several times since that video, and I think it's time I filmed a part 2. If you haven't seen that video yet, go watch it and then come back over here, because in this video I'm going to be sharing with you 6 more restaurants that I would definitely go back to and that I recommend you visit when you're in Curacao. Let's not waste any time and get straight into it. Our first restaurant is Bali Mixed Asian Restaurant in Granja, Curaçao. Around about 30 minutes from Willemstad, so be prepared to take a drive outside of the capital. The restaurant has a casual outdoor and indoor dining vibe. The thatch roof and bamboo-lined bar area also gives it a relaxing island aesthetic. The menu has a variety of Asian cuisine, including Surinamese food. If you know anything about Surinamese, it's a melting pot of different cultures. And one thing I had to order on the Surinamese menu is their gemba beer, which is basically ginger beer like we have in Jamaica, but it's so spicy. From I saw the clothes in the ginger beer, I knew it was going to be spicy, and it did not disappoint. If you do not like ginger, do not get that drink, because you're gonna taste the ginger and it's gonna be spicy. It's gonna completely clear your sinuses. I love it. I'm gonna order vegetable spring rolls off an Asian menu every single time. It's just delicious. I can't get enough of it. So we ordered vegetable spring rolls and fish cakes. The fish cakes were okay, but the vegetable spring rolls for me were a hit. Our main course items were special fried rice with eggs, chicken, shrimp, beef, and a lo mein with protein, which I can't remember, but I think it was either chicken or pork. Both were pretty good. I do wish they could have taken the tails off the shrimp though. I really don't like having to take the tails off while I'm eating. It's just not an elegant way to eat shrimp. But besides that, the flavors were good. There was also pineapple in my fried rice, and I really enjoyed the sweetness that added to the dish. Of course, the fried rice was served in that pineapple bowl. I do feel like the presentation was still a little bit lacking with that fried egg and julienne carrots on top. I feel like they could have done a little bit better with the presentation, but all in all, the meal was good. That's the most important thing, and I would give this restaurant an 8 out of 10. I would definitely revisit when I'm back in Curacao. Restaurant number 2 is Gondola, an Italian restaurant located in Rive 4, Willemstad. Rive 4 appears to be an old fort which they just turned into a dining and shopping complex. There's a variety of different restaurants and stores there. They also have live music there from time to time, so it's a whole vibe. Gondola also has indoor and outdoor dining. We chose to eat inside because of the AC. If you don't know, Curacao is extremely hot in the summer. Actually, Curacao is hot all year round. So yes, please, for the indoor air conditioning. We had a frozen mojito and a frozen strawberry daiquiri. That frozen mojito was the first frozen mojito I ever had, and it was so good. By the way, we had 2 by the end of that meal, but the drinks were on point. Sweet, refreshing, delicious. Our appetizers were barbecue meatballs with a side of garlic fries with ketchup and mayo on the side. Ooh, I love a good ketchup and mayo mix with my fries. Both were delicious. I struggled with my meatballs, but the meatballs were sweet, meaty, and smothered in barbecue sauce. And the fries were perfectly crispy and hot, and like I said, delicious with mayo and ketchup. Our mains were a pesto shrimp fettuccine and penne pasta with chicken in some sort of a tomato sauce. Initially, they brought out the dish without the chicken for the penne, and they had to return it and bring it back with the chicken, and that was why we ended up with a second glass of frozen mojito, because they gave it to us on the house to correct the error they made. I love a good pesto, and the rich pesto sauce was perfect. My shrimp was perfectly plump and juicy and huge, to the point where I couldn't have it in just one bite. Okay, they were huge.
I got my shrimp fix.
The pasta was also perfectly al dente. We had no complaints whatsoever. We really enjoyed the meal. One thing I do not like is having to eat with flies around. I don't want to have to fight with the flies. I don't want to have to be in a war with the flies. And there were a few flies, I think, because the door was open a couple of times. But other than that, Gondola was definitely a great restaurant that I would return to when I'm back in Curacao. Like I said, it's an Italian restaurant, and I do give this restaurant an 8.5 out of 10. Our next restaurant is Iguana Cafe, which I think is a pretty popular restaurant in Willemstad, Curaçao. It's about 5 minutes away from Gondola. It is right on the water by the very famous Queen Emma Bridge, which is also known as the Floating Bridge, which separates two iconic districts in Curaçao, Punda and Otrobanda. Iguana Cafe is on the side of Punda, where you have the very lovely colorful buildings. So while you're dining, you're looking across the water at Otrobanda. The views are stunning. I really enjoy having any type of dining experience by the water. The views are always so spectacular. The beauty about dining at Iguana Cafe is that you also get to sometimes see when the floating bridge is opening and closing as the boats pass by, which adds to the experience. The restaurant is casual, outdoor. The menu is more of a sports bar type of menu. So you have a lot of grilled and fried items. We went for quesadillas and a mixed meat platter, which had sausages, chicken, ribs, and a little bit of a side salad. There's also live entertainment at Iguana Cafe. I'm a sucker for live entertainment. It adds such a chill, fun vibe to the restaurant experience. Here's what I had to say about the food while I was there. The ribs were my favorite. The ribs were good. The steak was too hard to cut, man. And second place, the chicken was decent. Simple grilled chicken. And then there was a chorizo sausage, which was also good, but also not very flavorful. But I don't mind because I don't like sausage that's too salty. Oh, the quesadilla was okay. There was big chunks of chicken in the quesadilla, but it tasted really good with the sour cream. So all in all, I will give this restaurant an 8 out of 10. If you dine at nights, the views are even more stunning because the bridge comes alive with colorful lights. I've already visited this restaurant more than once, and the second time around I had some nachos and cheese and a fried platter and a mojito. The fried food was hot, everything was perfectly crispy and delicious, and the mojito was refreshing and sweet. Restaurant number 4 takes us to Yantil Beach. Yantil Beach is in the area called Yantil in the southeastern part of Curaçao. It's a calm, white sandy beach and has several restaurants, bars, shops, and water sports facilities on the property. We stumbled across a restaurant called Tinto Bar Kitchen, which is Tinto Bar and Kitchen. It was pretty empty. Not gonna lie, there was nobody there. So we were kind of side-eyeing, like, why is nobody here? Because there are other restaurants and bars on the beach that were loaded with people. But at the same time, I was like, you know what? I'm here for the peace and quiet. I'm gonna give this restaurant a chance. It didn't disappoint. They have an upper and lower deck, so you can sit closer to the beach if you want, or you can sit upstairs and enjoy the views of the water, which is, of course, what I went for. I love the views. Okay.
Because I have wine and the sauce too.
Okay.
And this is the menu.
Thank you.
Yes, I just come back soon.
Okay, no problem. The menu items were giving more of casual tapas vibes, small dishes, snacks, mixed drinks. They also have a happy hour selection. So if you're looking for some small bites or a quick snack, Tinto is a place for you. I loved their little photo area as well. Quite aesthetic and cute. The staff was friendly and pleasant, but I just couldn't get over the views. It was the views that sold it for me. For drinks, we ordered a Moscow Mule and a sweet cocktail, which came with some berries in it. Both were pretty refreshing, sweet and good. And for our small dishes, we had some ribs, meatballs again, smothered in some type of cheesy sauce, and some sweet potato fries with some type of mayo and ketchup mix of a sauce. You knew I was happy when I saw that. The drinks were ice cold, exactly what we needed, because again, it's so hot in Curaçao, and though we were by the beach, it was still pretty hot, so we needed that. Everything was good. The fries were not very crispy, but pretty good. You know how sweet potato fries can be a little bit less crunchy than regular white potato fries, but they were pretty good, as well as with the sauce. And the ribs I thoroughly enjoyed. I will say they weren't as flavorful as the ones that we had at Iguana Cafe. The ones at Iguana Cafe had some type of sauce that was smothered over the ribs, but these ones weren't saucy, but the flavor was good and the meat fell right off the bones. There was some type of grain on top of the ribs as well. I believe it was some type of flavored quinoa. It was flavorful and savory and just delicious. The meatballs were also pretty good. I believe the sauce had some type of cheese in it, and it paired very well with the meat. The beef was juicy and flavorful and very easy to eat. Everything we had at Tinto was delicious. I don't know why that restaurant was empty. Maybe they had just opened that day or something, but the food was pretty good. So check them out. And if you don't believe me, well, the scene of the crime speaks for itself. I'd give Tinto an 8.5 out of 10. And most definitely I would revisit when I'm back in Curacao. Next up, we have Iguana Cafe, Gouverneur de Rouville. We're back in Willemstad and we're back on the other side of the Queen Emma Bridge in Otrabanda. It's also right on the water, so while you're dining, again, we have these stunning views. And you get to see the colorful buildings in Punda. The restaurant is upstairs. I believe there are other restaurants downstairs. Gouverneur is a bit of a hot spot in Otrabanda. It's just a few minutes walk from Pirtamai and Punda. Their menu features both local and international cuisine, and they're open for lunch and dinner. The vibe in the restaurant is elegant and laid back. We ordered a pineapple mojito and some type of berry coconut drink. I don't remember what it was, but that one I enjoyed a little bit more. This one is very coconutty and sweet. I love it. But both drinks were pretty sweet and good. Nothing to complain about. Our mains were a ham and cheese sandwich with some fried breadfruit chips on the side, as well as a shrimp poke bowl. The presentation was top tier. I loved how my bowl looked. All the ingredients in the meal looked fresh. It looked delicious, I'm not gonna lie. 10 out of 10 for presentation. The sandwich just looked like a sandwich, of course, but the bowl was too good. The meal was pretty great. Like I said, all the ingredients tasted fresh. The shrimp was perfectly plump and juicy, had a slight little pop to it, just the way I love my shrimp. I did appreciate that the shrimp was hot and freshly fried, even though the other ingredients in the dish were room temperature or slightly cold. The sandwich, well, it was a typical sandwich. Then for dessert, we had an apple pie with a bit of ice cream and whipped cream. It was pretty good and moist. I loved it. It was giving more of a pudding vibe though. You know how pudding is in Jamaica is moist? That's more of what it tasted like to me. It tastes more like a pudding than a pie. But either way, it was delicious. We enjoyed it. Whether or not they want to call it a pie or a pudding like we do in Jamaica, it was pretty good and not too sweet at all. After dining, we walked around the restaurant for a little bit. I loved the decor. It was looking more of an old guest house that they turned into a restaurant. And at that point, I noticed the restaurant had a rustic, quaint look that I like. They even had a library and an antique staircase with images of some iconic musicians along the wall. Love the decor. I would definitely return to Gouverneur, and I'd give this restaurant an 8 out of 10 as well. Restaurant number 6 takes us to another beach, this time Blue Bay Beach. It's actually a huge complex with restaurants and a beach, and it's also a residential area. Fancy looking place, really nice residential area. Blue Bay is another upscale, pristine beach located in Saint-Michel. It's also a little distance from Willemstad, so again, be prepared to drive outside of the capital. It's located on a resort. There's a sports center, other restaurants and bars, as well as an 18-hole golf course. If you're not a member of the resort, you can still visit this beach and there is no entry fee. Of course, it's a beach restaurant, so it's a very laid-back, chill, fun vibe. Because it was another hot day in Curacao, we ordered some frozen lemonades and they were quite refreshing, super sweet, a little bit tangy. perfect for the hot sunny day. I ordered some fried chicken bao buns. This was my first time having bao buns. The buns were super soft and fluffy and pillowy, everything I expected bao buns to taste like. The chicken was perfectly fried, juicy on the inside, crispy on the outside, perfectly golden brown, and there was a sweet chili sauce drizzled on top and added not too much, but the perfect sweetness to a savory sandwich. Absolutely delicious. For my first time having bao buns, I'm sold. I am sold. It was really good. We also ordered an Indonesian fried rice, which came with some fried okra, which I never had before either. I enjoyed the fried okra. I mean, it was okra fried in butter. Nothing too fancy to speak of, but it was pretty good, and chicken skewer on the side. The fried rice was okay. If you have a family with kids and you're looking for a place to chill or just another beach to chill outside of Willemstad, this is definitely a pretty good option. The vibe is fun and relaxing. The beach is gorgeous. The food is good. I would give Blue Bay an 8.5 out of 10. I know I said I had 6 restaurants for you, but because I love you guys, I'm giving you a bonus. I came across this Grills food station recently. Grills is a new restaurant in Willemstad, Curaçao. The decor is colorful and fun. I thought it was really cool. They literally serve the food out of a food truck indoors. So there's indoor seating, there's a bar, and it's a build your own grill basket type of situation. So the menu gives you some options for carbs, protein, veggies, sauces, and we went for some fries with beef and a bunch of toppings, jalapenos, onions, scallions, and I again went for the bao buns. Everything was smothered in sauce. And again, like I said, it's a new restaurant, so we just stumbled across this one, and the food was really good. If you're looking for a late night snack or you're just feeling for some grilled food, check out Grill's Food Station. Oh, and as for my rating, I'd give them an 8 out of 10 as well. If you're looking for a list of Curaçao restaurant recommendations, I have created a Curaçao restaurant guide just for you, the link to which I'll leave in the description of this video and in the pinned comment. There you have it, another 6 great restaurants to check out in Curaçao, and to add to the list that I shared with you in the first video, in part 1 of this video. Again, if you haven't seen it yet, go and check that one out. If you have not been to Curaçao yet, don't sleep on Curaçao. Do not sleep on Curaçao, especially if you're from Jamaica, where I'm from. You don't need a visa to go there, so do not fall asleep on Curaçao. It's a really beautiful destination, great weather. If your budget isn't really allowing you to travel the distance right now, so you want to go to Europe or Africa and you can't really afford those tickets right now, get an affordable ticket to Curaçao in the meantime and flex your travel muscles, right? So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. As usual, it is absolutely my pleasure. And if there is anything else that you guys would like to know about Curaçao, any other video that you'd like me to do on Curaçao, please let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave and give me a thumbs up if you liked this video. And until the next one, take care.